Hey guys, what's going on? Carmen back with another quick play video for 8-Bit Barbarian. It's been a little while since my last video. I believe it's been just a bit over a month if I'm not mistaken. Last video I did was right before I made my major move. I just relocated my residence from Minneapolis, Minnesota all the way down to Houston, Texas. And let me tell you, that's been one hell of a change. It's taken me a little while to acclimate to this area, but I'm getting along well enough. And you know what? I figured, hey, it's the holidays. I've got some spare time this evening, so before I hit the sack, I may as well crank out a quick video. Now, since I don't have a lot of time, I figured, you know, I'm just going to keep it very basic, very simple. Not get too crazy or creative with it this evening, but you know, now that I'm settled in here in Houston, there's going to be more videos to come, and I'm going to start making up for some lost time. So anyway, I figured what better way to kickstart things than a game that I grew up with, a game that I love very, very much, both as a fighting genre fan and a Ninja Turtles fan. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters, this version for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. You can see it right off the bat here. Graphically, it's a rather nice looking game for the SNES, the 16-bit era. Nothing particularly special, but it's nice enough. The colors are pretty bright and vibrant. A lot of detail going on in the background. As you can see there, you've got the little mousers chomping around in the back. One of the neutrinos, if you guys, any Turtles fans out there remember the neutrinos from Dimension X. The rad talking, I call them the rad talking, like, you know, interdimensional cyber elves, because that's what they just look like to me. But the neutrinos are pretty badass. You had the one sitting there like Fonzie, you know, sitting there jerking off the air, giving the thumb of coolness there, saying, hey! And then there's the chick. I can't remember. I think her name's Kala, if I'm not mistaken. Because I remember in one of the earlier episodes of the Ninja Turtles, the neutrinos end up flying through the portal from Dimension X through the Technodrome. End up meeting up with the Turtles, and I think Mikey develops a crush on the female neutrino there. I think her name's Kala, but I could be mistaken. It's been a long, long ass time since I've seen that episode, but it's one of my favorites though. But yeah, so like I said, you know, it's nothing particularly special, but it's a nice enough looking game. Control-wise, it functions rather well. The controls are responsive. They're just not quite as smooth or as refined as you might find in a game like Street Fighter or Killer Instinct or any of those fighting games that came out back around that time. It's just, you know, if you're used to playing those sorts of games, you're going to notice that it's responsive, but not quite as responsive. It works well enough, just not quite as smooth or as refined. You know, that's really the main thing there. But otherwise, it's quite playable, more than playable. Once you kind of get used to it, it's actually quite enjoyable. It's a lot of fun. I'm playing another obscure character here. When I say obscure, I mean a character that, unless you're familiar with the Turtles Extended Universe or the comic books or anything that goes beyond like the 1980s and 90s cartoons, you know, maybe their characters you're not really too familiar with. But fighting Oscar here, I really like this this level here, the giant frog in the background. But everything's very colorful, very vibrant, catches your attention. And it's a Ninja Turtles tournament fighter game. That's really all I can say about it. Can't really say anything bad about it because there's nothing bad about it. As you noticed at the very beginning, a few moments ago, during the character select screen, there was a pretty vast number of characters there to select from. Characters you may recognize from the Turtles cartoon, others you may not recognize unless you're initiated with, like I said, more of the extended universe. Of course, I love using Chrome Dome. I think he was the one I used to use the most playing this game as a kid. I just really liked this moveset, and I thought Chrome Dome's always been one of the coolest characters of the Turtles universe. But there was also Shredder, Armagon, I think his name is, which is the mutant shark. War as a character I always felt was pretty interesting. I think Wingnut, there's quite a few there to choose from. I would have liked to have seen, like, you know, this being a Turtles tournament fighter game, I would have really liked to have seen a much larger selection to choose from. Would have definitely loved to have seen maybe the Rat King or Leatherhead. Definitely would have preferred having maybe replace War and Armagon with like Bebop and Rocksteady. I thought that would have been maybe pretty cool. Or even Metalhead. Like Metalhead was, you know, even though I like Chrome Dome, I always thought Metalhead was pretty friggin' awesome. So, you know, that's pretty much my major gripe. Is I didn't really feel like they added enough into this game as far as characters go. But, you know, like I said, for a game that came out at this time, it was a... most Turtle games that came out during the 80s and 90s were all side-scroller beat-em-ups. You know, games like the, you know, Ninja Turtles game for the NES, Turtles in Time. Most of the Turtles games were all like, you know, side-scroller beat-em-ups. So we didn't really have, at least that I can recall, an actual Turtles fighting game at that point. This was that definitive title. But I'm a fan. You know, I recommend playing it if you can get your hands on a copy of a cartridge for the SNES or the Sega Genesis. It's definitely worth it. Or, you know, if you can't get either one and you just want to say fuck it and download an emulator and a ROM, by all means do it. However you can, whatever means you can come by to enjoy this game, I recommend it, both as a fan of the fighting genre and as an avid Turtle fan. I can tell you, you will not be disappointed. I really love this level, and it's hard fighting Raph because Raph is my favorite Turtle of all time and one of my favorite characters of the entire Turtles universe. So, but I had to do what I had to do because it's just, I have a very competitive nature, a very competitive spirit. I don't lie down for anybody. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. I might lie down for Ava Mendez, but that's about it. So anyway, this is Carmen. It's been another quick play video. Thanks for watching, you guys. Click like, subscribe. I'll see you later.